Okay, kids. So, for our third installment on 2 Point Perspective, we are going to be making what I call, it's probably not appropriate, but our crack project, okay, which is designed to make it look like there is a crack going down the middle of the paper. So, what you're going to get for this is a little bit of a shorter paper than what you've been dealing with, but it's got all these dots all over it. Okay, so you should already have your vanishing point paper that you untaped from the last one if you've made it this far. Okay, the one with the dots on either end. Okay, so just like before, you're going to take your 2 pieces of tape, make your donuts. Hopefully. And this time, this paper with all the dots on it, we're making that nice even plus sign with it. Boom. Okay. Now, I'm going to try and pan out a little bit so you can see. There you go. Then, the first thing you are going to do is you are going to connect the dots. Now, sometimes there might be some missing dots at the edge of the paper because the copier cut them off. And if that's the case, just pick a spot near the first dot and connect the edge of the paper to it like that. Okay? Now, the nice thing about this particular part of the unit, unless you mess up, there will be no erasing. Yay! Now, I don't suggest pressing hard because if you mess up, it's easy to erase your mistake and fix it. So, but I am pressing hard because A, I want you to be able to see on the camera, and B, I'm a rock star, so I'm not going to screw it up in the first place. So, just keep connecting your dots with your ruler. And you'll notice that there might not be one dot at the bottom. Just connect to the bottom any way you want. Okay, so now I've got this jagged zigzag line going down the kind of left side of the paper from me. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So go ahead and pause, connect your dots, and connect your dots. Alright, so I've connected all my dots to get my 2 ziggy-zaggy lines going down the paper. Okay, our next step is to make the edges of our crack that we're trying to create. So what you do here is you just replicate the line that you did. Parallel. 1, 2, and as you go along, you can freehand connect the corners together like this. Or you can wait till the end and do them all at once. That is up to you. Sometimes you might need to extend lines if you didn't make them long enough. Okay. But again, this is one of those steps that does not need the vanishing point. We're just simply repeating lines we already made. So you are going to do this process down the paper. And if you look at this, sometimes they might get a little wider. That's okay. I mean, don't make them massive, but that's all right. Just try and reel it back in as you go down. Or if you don't like how wide they are, erase them and try again. Now, I am drawing dark so that you guys can see on my camera. Now I'm just going to connect all the matching corners with some nice freehand lines. Mistake right there. Okay, so my first side is now finished. Now you're going to do the same with the other side. So hit your pause button on the video and take care of this step. Okay, and for our next step, we're actually going to use this perspective process that you've been working with. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take your ruler and starting at your top edge of the paper where you started your first line, you are going to use the vanishing point here and here and connect. And move to your next point, keeping the ruler on the dot here. Okay. And just work your way down, connecting all these corners that you started with to that vanishing point. Notice that I don't draw the line all the way to it. That's just kind of a waste of time. If my ruler's in the right place, I don't have to worry about it. I know I got it right. Okay? We are going to throw these papers away, so if you do accidentally draw it all the way, it's no big deal. Alright. So I just keep working my way down the paper, and what it should look like by the time you're done is kind of this almost folded paper look or folded cardboard look, which is like then broken apart. Okay, that's the goal of this project. So work your way down on this side, then come over here and do the same. Always keeping your ruler on the vanishing point. That's very important for this. So, you are going to go ahead and take care of that. Feel free to pause the video at this time, work your way down this side, then work your way down this side. When you're finished, you are going to get a Sharpie, and you are going to be inking all these lines with a ruler and a Sharpie. That will be the hardest step of this whole project. Okay, eventually we'll fill this in with a big black marker as well. But for now, once you're done with this step, I'm going to give you a nice brand new Sharpie. Get yourself a ruler. If you don't have, you can use the big ruler, or you can get a smaller one. And you're going to ink all the pencil lines.